It's week 6 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see Dak Prescott. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Cowboys and the Commanders, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Well, we are in store for a great game today, everyone. Kate Scott and Brock Heward, along for the ride in this one. We love these kind of games, Brock, and that's because we got a pair of teams who both gotten off to good starts this season. They find themselves with winning records as we now work our way through the front half of this schedule.
Yeah, you know, we try to be pros, and every game, right, is a big game, but when you have teams that have gotten off to these starts, we know these are both playoff caliber teams. They look that way right now, and this is all.
Blake Groupie out and ready to send this away. And here we go from AT&T Stadium. Return coming from the 14. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. Bringing them out is a Mississippi State 4th-round pick in 2016 who's found considerable success in this league, Dak Prescott.
And when we look back at last week's win, Kate, pretty easy to see those 4 touchdowns had a lot more of an impact on the game than the 1 interception he threw. Wasn't quite perfect. I'm sure that pick will nag at him, but you'd welcome an encore of everything else he was doing in that ball game.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels, and right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
First down, here's Dak. That's completed right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. Well, as we see the names populating this injury report, partner, we recognize they've had to do some adjusting over the course of the season as key contributors have gone down.
And this, right here, this is where fan favorites and surprise superstars are born, Kate. From guys having to step in as a result of these injuries. You never root for players to miss time and go down, but you'll always root for the guys filling in, who are getting their shot to make their name and contribute when it really matters.
Motioning the tight end left. Prescott now on 3rd down. He's on the move. He's running for it. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
1st and 10, Prescott. Escapes the... And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a 1-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense that just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. From the gun, a carry by Williams. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Jack Thompson finishing that play off. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. From the gun is Prescott. Got Williams, and it's complete.
Awareness. Kate, you hear me and so many others talk about it a lot with quarterbacks, but it's critical for every unit on a football field. And for the defense right there, to have an awareness of knowing where the marker was and to make sure that completion wasn't going to move the chains. a dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Returning it from the 4. This return makes it up to the 25. So now the Commanders will get their turn at an opening drive of the game. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jaden Daniels.
Nobody came away happy last week, no question about it. Himself, most of all. His team went 0-1, picking up the loss, but he was 0-1. One pick, no touchdowns. Not good enough. Defeat not an option this week, and neither is a lack of touchdowns. They intend to rectify both.
And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
He'll get this one to Brown. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Completes one to Ben Sinnott. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Cowboys territory. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. Staying with Robinson. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks and that money sign.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Here's Jake Camarda to send it skyward on 4th down. And this will put an end to the drive after it stalled out. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And the Cowboys will get set to go on offense. The Cowboys and quarterback Dak Prescott ready to get back to work. And his start to the season has been special, hasn't it? The way he's played, it's no surprise at all that he's leading the NFL in passing. This is complete, Jalen Tolbert. And that's good for a gain of 5. Jack Thompson finishing that play off. Offense to the line for 2nd down.
At the 24-yard line.
Motioning the tight end now. From the 24. Has him on the quick hitter. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. All down that time by Jonathan Jones. 3rd down, 1 yard to go.
3rd and 1.
Dak off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Following the play, we have an injured commander. The training staff out there to check on him as we pause. Dallas sends its punting unit onto the field. And this is the first time he's been called on today. The Commanders are there, and they block it! And they got on top of it. Wow, no turnover. That's a touchdown. The Commanders finish off their opening drive. Oh, man, that was awesome, Brock. First the race toward the punter to get the block, and then another race to get on top of the block kick for 6.
And when you block that punt, Kate, you do have a numbers advantage and a ferocity advantage because you know you've got an opportunity to put points on the board as well. That group wasn't just satisfied to get home and block the punt. They want to put points on the scoreboard.
That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders take a 4-point lead. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Short kick here, fielded at the 17. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Cowboys about set to take over. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. Brought in by Jake Ferguson. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Draw play. This is Williams. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Shaq Thompson finishing that play off. A look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 47. Throw complete to Lamb. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They're set up at the 35 now. Throwing on first is Prescott. It's caught. Ferguson. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
That's another Cowboys. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Play action, Prescott. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Another throw for Prescott. This throw is caught. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive.
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Cowboys hold a slim 2-point lead early. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. So Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the 1st half of play.
Extra point from Aubrey is up and good. And the Cowboys push their lead to 3. Aubrey now to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And this drive will start inside the 25. Here comes the Washington offense out to the field, ready for their 2nd drive. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that 1st drive ended in a punt. Now Daniels off the play action. He'll get it complete to Brian Robinson Jr. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Malik Hooker with the tackle. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Shotgun handoff to Akers. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. It's a pickup of a yard, and that is how our 1st quarter will end. 1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams. Just a field goal separates these two. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Commanders in possession. They have it on 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, Daniels. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. From the gun, it's Daniels. He takes it himself. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington first. To throw, Daniels. It's taken in by Sinnott. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Play fake here, Daniels. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back, third down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front seven telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. This will be caught by Akers. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line.
It's plays like that, Kate, right wrong, where I sit and judge a defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on third down.
The Cowboys about to get going on offense. Javonte Williams headed back out now. And you can see he's done his part on offense this season, sitting second right now in the league in rushing touchdowns. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Off the play fake, it's Prescott. It's taken in by Williams. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline. Ball at the 33 for first down. First down, here's Dak. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Up the gut they go with Williams. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Brings up 2nd and 11. At the Commanders' 38-yard.
They stay on the ground with Williams. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they get this down to the 28.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Gay's kick is good. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
His return starts at the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Commanders set to take over. And they're hoping they can keep the punter off the field this time around, Brock, after he's been called upon each of their first 2 possessions. Caught by Deebo Samuel. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
On second down, Robinson. He's got a gain of 6 there. It's Kenneth Murray on the tackle. That's going to be a gain of 6, and they need only inches now here on third down. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the hits just keep coming for them on this play, it seems. Elsewhere on the field, they've got a player hurt and in need of some attention. On again comes Jake Camarda to punt this away. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And that fair catch brought in just beyond the 30-yard line. No return on that punt. And they're going to take over possession. Ball at the 33 for first down. Here's Williams to start the drive. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Shaq Thompson finishing that play off. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the gun is Prescott. That's Lamb running the slant. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Running for the marker with Williams. And he's going nowhere there. Add that to what's been a tough afternoon for him. They mark him short there, and the run gains nothing. It's 4th down.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
The Cowboys setting out their punting unit. And hopefully he can get this one away without incident. And he's just going to fair catch that one at the 24-yard line. So no return on that punt. And the Commanders will go on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They send him left out of the slot. It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. It's Kenneth Murray on the tackle. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. From the 27. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Okay, you give him much of the credit for this early lead. Heck, give every player in that defense now their 4th sack of this game credit, because that ambush on the quarterback, a big reason why they're in control of this game.
All right, Cowboys showing nickel set, 3rd down. Daniels. They're on him again, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
That is now the 5th sack this offense has had to endure in the first half alone. We're on a double-digit pace here. And I'll tell you what, I know how these defensive coordinators work. They can feel the blood in the water. They are not going to stop getting after this quarterback until this offense can find a way to protect itself.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
A fortunate break for them as they get a gift with roughing the kicker. Their offense heading back out to keep things going.
Automatic 1st down.
This drive should have been over, partner, but running into the punter gives him new life and this 1st down. Daniels from the pistol. Into the hands of Terry McLaurin. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line. We're to the 2-minute warning from AT&T. The Commanders facing a deficit near the break. All right, here we go, second down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. On the move, headed right. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward. First and 10 now from the 30. Daniels back to throw. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Now Daniels to throw. Got a man, Robinson has it. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss. And the Cowboys bringing on an extra DB here. Third down coming. Again, Daniels to the air. And down he goes. The Cowboy defense gets it done. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Blake Grupe on to attempt a field goal. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. So with only a single second remaining, they're going to try a field goal. This is a 55-yard look from the left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. So we've hit the end of 2. The Cowboys fighting to the halftime lead here in Dallas. Now we'll send you east to our studios in Orlando. That's where Jonathan Coachman is waiting to bring you the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And in the second quarter, it is the Eagles who are out in front. It's Jalen Hurts with a couple of touchdown passes. From there, it's up to Highmark Stadium to check in on the Bills. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. The Bills locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Packers. 3 touchdown passes there for J.J. McCarthy. It was former Tar Heel Javonte Williams with a solid first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Commanders and Brian Robinson Jr. running back on now. And the running lanes, and they've been hazardous. Not quite the decorated collection of highlights from him that we're going to look at here. Those big plays, the explosive runs where he leads an offense, just haven't been there for him in this one. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Donovan Wilson getting there for the stop. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Throwing now, Daniels. Got Sinnott, it's complete. They get 28 out of that play. And the Commanders will have a first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Out of the gun, Daniels. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. From the gun, it's Daniels. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. That was intended for Deebo Samuel. So they're left facing third and long. To throw, Daniels. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. They've got first down from the 31. Now Daniels off the play action. Complete, it's Akers. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington first. Man in motion, out of the slot. That's complete, here's Brown. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. Second and 3 now. Robinson on the inside give. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
And the defender comes away with it. Trayvon Diggs has got it. The 50. 10! And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick six. I don't know about you, Brock, but I can almost feel them going through the 5 stages of grief over on that sideline, watching their would-be touchdown pass in 6 points return the entire way to the opposite end zone for 6 on the other side of the board.
You just don't really believe it's happening until he's, 30, 40 yards into his return, and then you're just powerless. Kate, just over 40 times in the history of the NFL this has happened.
Wow.
And what a return to add to that list.
That one right down the middle. And the Cowboys make it a 10-point ball game. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. Returning it from the 4. This return makes it up to the 25. The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 29. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception with just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Fair catch called for and made at the 35-yard line. The Cowboys and this running back headed back out for a new series. And you can see that among all NFL running backs, he's one of the best at catching the football this season. Second right now in the league in receiving touchdowns. Throwing on first is Prescott. He finds him over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 44.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Play action, Prescott. He lets one fly deep downfield. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
On third down, here's Williams. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Going to the ground again on first. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Jack Thompson finishing that play off. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 43-yard line.
Another run for Williams. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. All down by Dorrance Armstrong. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. He has the first over the middle. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Give to Williams from the gun. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Throw complete to Lamb. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Straight ahead with Williams. And he's able to rip off a chunk of red zone yardage to the 10. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the gun is Prescott. This throw is caught. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Williams can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Defense making a couple of good stops here, and this brings up 3rd and goal.
1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
They'll look to run with Williams. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Pickup of a couple, and after 3 straight stops, they're up against 4th and goal.
This front, well, they've done a good job bending and not breaking. 1st down, didn't score. 2nd down, didn't score. And now 3rd and goal, can't find the end zone either.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. They're going for it. Here's Prescott. Looking right, and he finds him. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. And he will not get there. They stop him on 4th and goal. What a stand to force that turnover on downs.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
First and 10, a run to Robinson. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Willie Cooker with the tackle. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Another carry for Robinson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now. Throwing from near his own goal line. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't find Deebo Samuel on that throw. 4th down coming up. The Commanders ready for the punt. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. From his end zone, he gets the kick away. Fair catch taken. Not the punt that they were looking for. Excellent field position awaits. The home teams returning their offense and this running back to the field. Williams now on 1st and 10. And they bring him down around the 34. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the 34. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
A 46-yard attempt.
So that field goal gonna have to wait a little bit longer. That's the end of our 3rd quarter. The Cowboys have it with a lead, but the win's not secure just yet. So 4th down brings out Brandon Aubrey to try for the Cowboys field goal. It's on the left hash, 46 yards out. Gay's kick is good. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
Those 3 points could go a long way to securing this W. Makes it a lot more comfortable knowing the other side's got to score a couple touchdowns now. A touchdown to field goal's not going to get it done anymore.
Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Out comes the Commander offense for another series. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. On 1st down, here's Daniels. This ball's cut by McCaffrey. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Receiver in motion, going left. 2nd and 4. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Commanders will have a 1st. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
From the 48. It's taken in by Sinnott. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Throw complete to Sinnott. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Taken in by Smith. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on third down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
Offense going for it here, 4th and 5. Daniels from the pistol. They connect for the first. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. That's a clutch 7-yard pickup, and it pays off the call to go for it on 4th down. Going option, headed left on this first down. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. From the gun, it's Daniels. Short pass brought in. And they take him down right along the 30. Let's see what they draw up on these 3rd and 7. Here's Robinson up the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Call it 4 yards, and we'll see what they do now from 4th and short in this spot.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Thought that this might be 4-down territory for him here, Brock, but they are lining up for a field goal. Ball on the right hash, the distance 43 yards. Mickatommy's kick is good. And that makes things a little closer. It's now a 10-point game.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
Returning in from the 16. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40. The Cowboys offense now headed back to the field. They're up by 2 scores, Brock, but we've got some time left, so they still need to mount a drive here. A handoff for Williams, running left. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Into the red zone. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. You get a pick-6. You get a pick-6. These defenses, Brock, wow, they have competed. Seeing who ends up with the best highlight of the game, huh?
A highlight? You're going to call a pick-6 and multiple? Highlight, Kate?
No, even if it's your defense doing it, come on, B-Rock.
No highlight for a quarterback.
They can tack on one more now, bring things back to within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the 4th.
Commanders 20.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick-6. Kick taken in here at the 17. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. Offense headed back out there now for Dallas. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to the air. Prescott after that pick. Ferguson's got it. Complete. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down. Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. They motion the tight end over. That's complete right side. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
At the 47-yard line.
Williams on the carry. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one, and now it's 3rd and 8.
It's now 3rd and 8.
Dak off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. Punting unit out now. And he's going to try to avoid having a second one blocked here. Fair catch made a little beyond the 20-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it'll be their football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Play fake here. Daniels. He throws a bullet deep. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Trayvon Diggs has got it. And the Cowboys get it back on his 6th interception of the season.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've got him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
The Cowboys offense headed out there. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. First down, here's Dak. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
At the 29-yard line.
Up the gut they go with Williams. And they make the tackle at the 28-yard line. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go.
A 1-yard gain brings up 3rd and 6.
Back to throw it. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And now their lead will push out beyond the field goal.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
He stopped on the return at the 27. The Commanders and QB Jaden Daniels headed out for their next look on offense. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. An option give to Robinson. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful. So now here's 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
We've reached the 2-minute warning from Dallas. Commanders trail by 6. 4th and 3, drive on the line. And he's brought down for a loss. And they do not get a desperately needed 1st down. He doesn't make it, and they still trail after the turnover on downs.
You know, these 4th down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
Another drive coming up for this Dallas offensive unit. That defensive stand might have been the final effort needed to seal away the victory, Brock, but can't quite take off the pads just yet. Offense has to finish this one out.
Yeah, a few things here, Kate, to keep in mind, right? You got to slow the game down as a quarterback. Take every second off the clock. If you're handling the ball, you guard it with your life, and you make sure your defense doesn't come on the field again. They just did their job. Now you got to do yours.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They stay on the ground with Williams. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. A handoff to Williams. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4. Washington calls it 2nd timeout. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the gun, a carry by Williams. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Final timeout taken by the Commanders. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
Now it's Williams. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. 3 yards on the run. It's going to be 3rd and goal. Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Gay's kick is good, and that'll make it a 2-score game. So the Cowboys take the win here in Arlington. And they draw first blood against a division rival. They'll go on the road later this year with a chance at completing that season sweep. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Cowboys are winners as we say so long from Dallas.